you're hearing your everything's on Wonderful Radio London.
Welcome to the 1960s Andover Mardi Gras. We've got bells to score on the high street, the merry-go-round for the listeners, sauce to by bags and confetti to chocolate. By midnight, you'll be at the bright near stuff. But best of all, we've got dancing. It's a new sensation from America, Chubby Checker and the Twins. Friday night fiesta, Blue Night. Trumpet, trombone. Saturday night, the old TA drill hall. Marty Wilde. John Layton. Jess Conrad.
What's past the night? I always say yes. I'll be walking back home, have a kiss at the door, I won't see them again. You didn't wait time. I don't know what keeps with me. Tony's alleyway, that's where we all wait for the last bus. Where the boys say goodnight to their girls.
Both been twined boys and girls up against Kennedy's wall.
What would our parents say?
There's always a lot of noise and Raisy's rocking. The last bus home, with Mr. Raisy at the wheel scratching his head. Sometimes when negotiating a tight bench shouting, "Hold tight!"
Whoa!
When we reach our stop, there's another road to run up. Mr. Raisy will stay with the lights on until we're out of sight.
We're gonna move, yeah, we're gonna prove, that you'll hear all there is to hear.
Being born in Andover didn't make you an Andoverian back then. Your parents had to be born there too.
The advertiser ran a weekly competition. You had to recognise a local character just by the silhouette. It was easy, because we all knew each other that well.
People say it's all cafes nowadays, but Andover has always been full of them. If there were 4 girls, one would buy a frothy coffee in each cafe. 1 coffee, 4 girls.
Or music, or music, or music, or music, or music, or music.
That's the life. Tour the cafes, see what lads there are.
Chat 'em up if we fancy them.
Stay for hours.
End up at Tony's.
I'm sure young ladies will be willing to sign a petition
What petition?
to keep Andover as we like it.
Well, who wants it any different?
Haven't you heard about the Otisville fact, having 20,000 people going to live here?
Do we want overspill?
No, no, no!
Do we want overspill?
No, no, no!
Do we want overspill?
No, no, no!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is to hear the arguments for and against overspill. Alderman, will you tell us why you're in favour?
Do we want overspill?
No, no, no!
Please, ladies and gentlemen, let everyone have their say.
It's not that I want it, Miss Chairman. It's for our children's sake. They have to leave Andover. There aren't enough jobs for them.
Bring in work.
Yeah!
We've tried. The employers want the amenities and infrastructure of a modern town.
Modernise the town.
Modernize town!
You're the council.
Yeah, you're the castle!
We don't have the money.
We pay enough rate.
There might be extremely above average, but that's not enough to keep our town's vital services running. I love our quiet little town, but we need this development if we want it to thrive.
How is that going to help?
There's no space left in London. If a business needs to expand, the London County Council is telling them to take the workers and move to an Otisville town.
We don't want slum dwellers.
No, not!
This is not slum tourists. It's an entirely different scheme. The new colonies will be ordinary people like you and me. They'll be coming here for a better life.
How will that give us jobs?
Expanding firms takes on extra staff, but the beauty is the London County Council will be paying for everything. Houses, factories, amenities.
London's full of West Indians. Now they'll be shifting them all down here.
We won't have prejudice in Andover.
We'll weed out the scroungers, I promise you that. But if someone wants to put in a shift, I say welcome to Andover.
Major, you oppose overspill?
I most certainly do.
Do we want overspill?
No, no, no!
I'm all for incomers, but
20,000 of them will be swamped. It'll change the entire characteristic of the town.
For one, not stuck in the past.
Andover suits me as it is. Yeah! The Alderman talks about generating money. What about the quality of life? Yeah! There'll be an election next May. Vote anti-overspill and show Andover what the government thinks. Yeah!
LCC will be paying for a leisure centre, an indoor swimming pool, and a new shopping centre.
Do we want overspill?
No!
Votes cast in Millway Ward are G.W. Porter, Independent, 414. Mrs. C.A. Clark, Labour, 546. Captain R.A.W. Hunter, Anti-Overspill, 285.
We'll be back next year.
That's it. They've got their mandate. Opposition now will look like sabotage.
I voted against.
To know, new things can be exciting.
Happening anyway.
Wonderful Radio London.
Big L.
The new shopping centre definitely made people more in favour.
Andover's going to get bigger anyway, but it would have been piecemeal, like they're doing to Charlton now. Better to plan it and get a decent town centre.
Andover people are upset about overspill, but what about us? I can't exactly say I'm overjoyed about being uprooted from civilization and doomed to live in a dreary little town.
Wonderful Radio London.
You've met Londoners, they're always moving down here. I don't know, these will be more London. Ask Jane, she stayed in London.
The night we lived in Bexley, she sent them some parts of Dartford, so we went along dressed up for Andover. All the girls there, they looked the same. Cropped hair like Mary Pond, wearing shift dresses, dancing with their arms by their sides. We styled our hair curled high and lights new sideways, danced with our arms in the air and go wahey. Wahey! I was wearing a silver lame dress, print theme. I was so embarrassed.
Nothing was cut to that way.
You are a Wednesday cider.
Written on every place. BM sound.
Andover? That's the place of the traffic jam. I was stuck on when I was a kid. This lad must have been about my age. He knocked on the car window and said, "Hey mister, I'll show you around for a temple." Dad and Coco. So we waited. And we waited. And we waited. When we got to the traffic lights, the car broke down.
We've come to do the check.
What check?
The check. Andover has standards, you know.
That's right.
Well, I'm busy at the moment.
We're here, you're here.
That's right.
Health.
Good.
Let's see it.
What?
Debt free.
We don't borrow?
Have you committed any acts of espionage, sabotage, or insurrection?
What's he doing?
His job, madam. Now, have you?
Hey, you! Peep out the cupboards.
He's looking for dirt.
I know how to clean.
Then you won't mind us looking. Don't forget, check under the bed. Now, the question, have you...
No, I haven't!
That's the last question. Don't mind us. Do carry on.
I do mind you. Hey, you! Not the wardrobe.
Very short dresses.
It's the fashion.
There's nothing in the checklist about that. I think we can rate you as satisfactory. We look forward to seeing you in Andover.
Not if I see you first.
Hey Charlie, bring me them bricks!
You can't recognise Andover nowadays. They're building things all over the place. My dad, he says he's always on the cheeks.
Hey, it's a bit traditional.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
They're playing you something here, Reg. You'll be #1 next week. All I'll eat a brush. You reckon? Up to 8 from 44 in 1 week? Can't miss me.
Hand out my tools then. I'm off to London.
Give him a year, you'll be eating that trowel. You mark my words.
Aren't you having a tea break?
This is piecework, mate. The quicker you work, the more you learn.
Softwood,
cladding. Got rotten in a few years.
That's what the craftsman works to say.
The craftsman doesn't want his mates thinking he's doing rubbish work, and you do doubt the standards on his job, don't you?
We're building modern age Britain. New age, new efforts.
I'm just chipping.
Earning more money for your family. We got more on that to be proud of, such as think of all those young people nowadays who can't find a home, and now they will. Thanks to you.
I like to do my bit.
Shortcuts worry you, though.
There's a housing shortage. How many of us will drive cars if they're only Bentleys?
High aluminum cement, new materials, concrete frames. How long will they last?
I don't know.
No one knows. It's all in the prep. And don't get me started on the foundations. Is that what you want for your kids?
Would you be suggesting that our friend who is a jerry builder?
I want to see authority on this site.
I can go anywhere.
We'll see about that. Dad! Dad! Can I reach you?
What to?
Stop dreaming about stardom and look.
Sorry, mates, didn't see anyone.
Told you I could go anywhere.
I'm your conscience.
Don't listen to him. I am.
If you've got a problem, see the crumble works.
He said speak to the architect.
Well, then...
The architect said speak to you.
So that's what we're doing.
Scrubby T Rector, Elton wants us to the edge to the back his new disc.
Who?
Elton John! I'll get changed. No time. Hands me up. You've cemented your hat. No one hear that.
Elton John? What sort of name's that? Won't last, you know.
Did he say Elton John?
Let's go!
Oh my god! You're supposed to be my conscience! Nobody takes pride in what they do nowadays. Oh well, modern methods. Remember when we used to play in those fields? A jam sandwich and a bottle of squash? Freedom. But now look at them, full of ugly houses. Are we not home for someone?
Wonderful Radio London.
I'm not living in any flat.
You won't have to.
I'm telling them that.
If we don't like what they offer, we'll look elsewhere.
Or stay in London.
We can't. Dad's job's moving to Andover.
This place looks dead.
Wait till everyone's moved down. We'll liven it up.
They might like it, Dad.
Stop it, both of you. They've given us a nice lunch, so stop chuntering.
Thank you all for waiting so patiently. So, you would like to become new Andovarians?
I'm not living in any flat.
We don't have flats.
We saw them being built.
Oh, those? They're for Andovarians.
We'll be Andovarians.
New Andovarians.
Nobody said about any difference. I don't like segregation.
There's no segregation. Andovarians can move to the new estates if they want.
So we can't move in with them. Why should we?
We all want to live with people like ourselves, don't we?
We're not all the same because we're London, you know. Take our neighbours. I wish you would. I'll throw in this one too if you like.
Mum, I'm sulking. It's not funny. Stop sulking.
Let's talk about what's available.
So we've shown you a couple of properties. Cricketers' Way is proving very popular.
I'm not having a house with a flat roof. They're modern. It's all leak.
I'm sure the architect has thought of that.
See?
How? London doesn't involve us with the details.
They offered us a place in Wellingborough.
This is Andover.
They said have a look here. It's much nicer.
We think so.
A bit old-fashioned.
That's why we like it.
Nothing happening. Great.
We have beat bands too.
What's one of them?
She means groups.
She should say so. Shh.
The other property we showed you was on River Way.
I didn't see a river.
There isn't one.
Why call it Riverway?
We have to call it something. We'll take it.
Can't we have them off the flat road?
No.
Who's sulking now?
We'll have to carry out some checks. Not as rigorous as they were, but enough to make sure you be an asset to the community. This will be a big change for you. A big change for us too. Well, good luck.
I hope you realise you've just ruined my life.
I think we've done you a favour.
Only 10,000 more of them and I can retire.
Did you see the paper? See what? The first Londoners are moving down. There's going to be a welcome for them.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait till they all come. I've nothing against Londoners, mind, but it will be like an invasion.
There she is. Our new home.
I'm gonna make a snowman.
We need to clear a path for the banner ropes.
Lucky I put the brooms in the car.
Come on, kids. Help! I said help. Not roads, Liverpool.
It needs a net off the steam.
Are you having this? You missed all that.
They've only just arrived.
Round our way, everyone was family stuff on the other.
We'll find new friends instead.
Friends aren't family.
We can organise ourselves as a community. Make trips for the kids. Get together. We're us.
Let's start that with a cuppa.
As a gang of kettle.
No, you come with us.
I sit second car.
You need a hand on that?
I'll be fine.
Look, they planted saplings. I'm going to love watching them grow.
There you are. Someone can see the bright side.
Come on, kids. We're having a cuppa.
Those noises.
It's the wind.
He's right, you know.
Come on, listen.
I always tell them how the heating's useless. Unless you want to warm up half land.
There is a noise.
I told you.
Go on then, find out what it is.
Me?
I'll come with you. Safety in numbers.
If it's a ghost, I'm not staying.
I'd like to see those. You wouldn't. I would, so there. You would not, I would!
Stop, both of you.
Definitely. There's a noise.
We know that. I want to see the ghost.
Maybe if we go in with
I'm not
spades
going
and
in there.
things.
Someone needs to watch the kids.
Ah! Ah! Who are you?
The builders? Don't worry about us. We'll work around you. You can go in now. It's our tea break.
I need that tea.
Wonderful Radio London, biggest sound around Big L.
The estate was a building site. As soon as one row of houses were finished, the tenants moved in. Step outside and you were walking in mud. My kids lived in wellies.
Put the heater on and the water would rise up. They didn't call it Riverway for nothing.
We were shell-shocked. We all had to make new friends. Everyone came from different parts. Not just London, Croydon, Sutton, there were even people from Essex.
We moved into Andover and our old council houses were taken by people coming down from London. It was like a big flow.
I wish I hadn't come. I wouldn't live in London now, not as it is. But if I could go back to what it was, yeah, I'd go back.
Cricketers' Way is like a jewel in London's crown. Who says? The advertiser. It must be true. There's lots of important people coming down to see it. Each estate is individually designed by architects and no estate is designed.
We are using the very latest building methods. Here we are using large-size concrete built to scale, quick and cost-effective. Will it last, though? As long as Stonehenge.
Who wants to live in Stonehenge?
Very impressive, I must say. Look this way, Saki. Click.
A quote for us, Seppi.
These estates are in Andover, a place of pilgrimage. Who's that? The housing minister. Saki, Joseph.
A bit over the top, wasn't he? Quite conscious these estates are world famous. See, two lady architects come all the way from Venezuela.
Oh, senoras. Click.
A quote for us, senores.
Is muy bien. She say this very good. We will copy.
What happens when it snows on the flat roofs? Water's got to go somewhere.
They don't have snow in Venezuela. The new Minister of Housing.
Richard Crossman.
As you can see, Minister, Andover is embracing the white heat of technology. Look this way, Mr. Crossman. Click. A quote for us, Mr. Crossman.
They fit closely together, don't they? Just like the Industrial Revolution. That's a compliment. He's a minister. He won't be living in one. Who is it this time?
There's been so many, I've lost track. This way, Minister. Click. A quote for us, Minister.
It reminds me of a Cornish fishing village. I'd say it was more Arab looking myself. You expect to see a mirage. It's at last. It has gone quiet, hasn't it?
You know what it's like. Initial enthusiasm and all that.
Yeah?
Right. We've had a few teething problems.
Don't tell me. The roof's leaking.
That's one of the issues.
You mean there are others?
I must go. I've excuses to think up.
No wonder they stopped coming here.
It's all right for him. What about the others moving down? How are they coping?
Radio London, miles of music.
The shops in town were definitely hostile. Mind you, the shop girls were so thick they were always giving too much change.
I got beaten up because I was a Londoner. Kids would say, we don't want Londoners here, because that's what their parents told them. But I could run fast, so it didn't happen too often.
Everything wrong, it was always the overspill.
They used to put a few rough families in with the normal people, so being decent would rub off on them. Didn't work.
We all got their bad reputation. As each new estate was built, they shifted along. It's ended up with King Arthur's Way because that was the last estate to be built.
It's the sound of...
Stuart. No, Tony.
What's going on? They're knocking down Tony. They can't.
Well, we wouldn't shopping centre, so that's what we're getting.
I poured down half old Andover. I'd left grammar school and I was waiting to go to Salisbury College. Through connections, I got a job with the council for 6 weeks. They said they wanted someone on the demolition squad. How about it? It sounded like fun, so I said yes.
First day I was on the roof of the Rex Cinema. One foot on each rafter. I was taking down tiles with a crowbar and chucking them between the rafters. It was scary.
Whoa! We worked on the ground. After we stripped the tiles and wood, anything that could be resold, recycled, or burned, the JCB driver would drive into the walls and knock them down.
Alright, Dave, it's this way. Bring it through.
Alright, hold it! There were some old cottages with chalk walls. In one of them there was this crust of dirt and crap. I found a piece of yellow iridescent glass. Still got it. It was so beautiful. In the garden I found an old World War I bayonet, rusty as hell. I got 2 glass old lampshades from Phoenix pub. Victorian, I'd say. The man driving the JCB found 2 swords, still in their scabbards, in good nick. He gave them to me.
My job was to cut off the water before they started knocking things down. The first door on the right as you come into the Chantry Centre. That used to be a dairy. It had a lead-lined well that had to be filled in before it was knocked down.
1, 2, 3.
I remember they took down the ceiling of the Phoenix very carefully. The ceiling of the Phoenix! That collapsed, riddled with woodwork.
No, that was Rex. You know, the old flea pit.
The Phoenix pub had a lovely Victorian ceiling. Someone from Alton bought it. The staircase was a grand affair too. It curved round with wooden railings.
Scots! That was another fine building. The stuff we took out of that. You remember the fancy brickwork? We sold the bricks to a specialist.
Music, that's our middle name. Wonderful music, V-I-T-L.
Now I'd call it legalised vandalism, but at the time, working on the demolition was fun, and I have to admit, it was fun.
The Phoenix pub had a lovely Victorian ceiling. Someone from Alton bought it. I don't know what he did with it.
If they hadn't done the development, Andover would be a lovely historic town.
Radio London.
They knocked down Tony's.
And Scott's, that beautiful brickwork. What it says here, the New Town Guide. There were panels of brickwork from the town's older residents as familiar landmarks of all days out of existence.
What about us? We have landmarks too. It's not like I expected. I used to love this town. I hate it now.
It wasn't us that did it.
We had no say. I liked the old town.
Though it was expensive, old-fashioned, like the 50s, more like the 40s.
I still liked it. We're suspicious.
They're very lucky.
Speaking funny,
That woman in the fishmongers, she said to me, "We don't want your sort here." So I smacked her one. I shouldn't have done it, but the things they say to your face.
we're suspicious.
They're very London.
Speaking funny.
We're the freak show. You should see them up our estate, peering around, asking if we're clean. I tell them, if you want to know, take a look round my house. It'll cost you £1/4 though. I throw in a cup of tea if I like them.
You go into town and they just dislike you.
Some are nice.
London?
Very Hampshire. Can't we all get along? Andover's not like it was. I wish it hadn't changed, same as you. But it has, so let's just make the best of things.
That's right, Dot. It's still our town.
It has to be everyone's town, or it'll end up being no one's. We can't see that. Let's hope the kids can.
Radio London. Music now.
Are you from London too?
I'm from Ilford.
That's London down here.
Another thing wrong with this dump.
Don't make friends saying that.
My friends are back home.
Hey look, Cherokees.
Don't bother that. They might just be new kids. Can you hear them talk? They don't look different.
London isn't Mars. Staring at us.
We knew.
That's not why.
The girl's pretty. Yeah.
Don't keep staring and come and talk to us.
So,
I'm not allowed.
who said? Ooh, city boy, don't be excited.
That's just a rough, so don't talk to us.
I'm rough all down East Street. They're rough down there, yeah. They're so like craze.
Are you anything to do like craze?
Don't.
They're my cousins. Really? It's pulling your leg. She's the one you want to watch. She's part of that Ilford mob.
That's not funny.
What's wrong with her?
She's missing my friends.
Of course she is. He's just shown off. Sorry I can't stay to talk. Dad says a lot to mix with you. He can't watch you at school. It's news and Andover and everyone knows. Maybe it'd be right now that you've all come down.
I like it as it is.
It's boring, Trev. And the boys are boring.
Thanks.
Look, I don't mean I don't like you. I just want something a bit more exciting. Shouldn't meet anyone new unless she talks to him.
It's her dad. Anne's not hostile or anything.
Not like the rest of you.
Only son. I've never been to London.
I'm from Ilford.
I've never been there either. Do you like otters?
Let's go, Crush. No, never met her before.
You don't get far. That's not been out of Andover.
Fixed yourself a date.
You don't think anything to say.
Seems to be saying plenty from here.
I've heard anything about otters. I thought you might want to see one. She didn't.
You know where to find otters?
Yeah.
You can show me.
If you like.
You're on.
Mike wants to see some otters.
Not liking otters could be the basis of a relationship.
Boys.
Radio London. Smile of music.
We were too much for old Andover. It was never us. It had to change.
We're suspicious. Very suspicious. They're very London. Very Hampshire.
But it did change.
I know it's not an interesting thing, but he talks by the river and comes to heaven. Everything was so green. In the city we had a riverhead. He turned back to the surf.
You like it here?
Coming to Andover, we're doing comfy slippers.
We're trying facts are facts. You meet people different, and some of them you like. And in the end, that's what's important. Is someone a nice person?
They gave us a house on Purwood's Way. I thought it was only for us and or there until all we got there was just to marry people like us.
I got myself a job workplace working with girls. I mean, that's how you make friends. You can't not do a workplace, can you?
I didn't want my son to go to Vigo. I thought he'd speak Cockney. He did get a bit of a twang, but Dad left London.
You're right. My sister back in London is always saying my boy speaks funny.
It's like we met in the middle.
We were suspicious. Very suspicious. But now we know each other.
I don't suppose he thought of his Andover. But my son is. His wife's family. They're very Andover. I don't know who made it possible for me to move down to Andover, but if I could meet one of them, I would shake his hand.
Madam, one of them was me.
Joyce! This is my friend Joyce. She's from London. Was. I'm at home here now. Nice to meet you. So, now we've told our story.
Your story? What about ours? We're the future. Think of Andover as a
Andover Green. Think of ways of doing this.
There's a lot of building in the Oaksville period. Built some buildings for Andover, what they look like, and what they'd be used for.
50 years ago, people didn't have computers or mobile phones. It meant some things will have 50 years' time we don't have now. Tell us, what will make Andover a better town? We'll tell you!
Now, Radio London News tells you more, says it better.
We want Andover where nature is protected.
We want Andover that has an environment that's protected.
We want Andover where the technology works for us. We want Andover to be an equal place. We want Andover where the environment is respected.
We want Andover to care for people.
We want Andover where everyone is respectful. We want Andover where people are polite. Hello, I'm Molly. Hello, let us show you what we want. Must move. Move. Stop. This is no way to treat people. Please, after you.
Thank you. After you, Finn.
After you, Amy. Thank you. After you, Kasha. Thank you. It costs nothing to be polite. Hello, I'm Let's all be polite!
Beep. 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 Beep.
Bottom up that.
Beep.
Thanks.
Beep. Beep.
Move! There was no need for that, was there? I was in a rush. Have some consideration. Yeah! Yes! I'm sorry. That's okay, just make sure you don't do it again. We want Andover to be polite.
Are you going to pick that up? I'm not bothered. Somebody else can do it. Because it's somebody else's job. Don't understand. This is disgraceful. And it's harming the environment. Stop! Takes 2 seconds to put a piece of rubbish in a bin. Let's all do it together then.
We want Andover to be clean and tidy.
I've got so much shopping to do today.
Yeah, me too. Oh, look at that! This place is wicked! Why? No, it's not. You must be a newbie. Hi, what? You get chucked in rivers, that's what? Really? Yeah, last time I was in there for 3 weeks. I still didn't get out. 3 weeks? That's absurd! Yeah, you better watch out. Some people aren't so nice around here.
Please don't throw trolleys in the river. We want Andover to be clean and tidy.
What Andover will be like in 100 years' time?
Robot, make me a cup of coffee.
Yes, sir.
want Andover where technology works for us.
This is our summer home. We are the future. We've got so far to go. Here in our hearts, we never fall apart. For wherever we may roam, it's in our town, our guide, our home. We know it's not quite perfect, but open up your eyes. Good things are surrounding you and me. Whether relocated or Hampshire born and bred, we're part of this town's history. It's a unique story. We're proud to tell the tale of how we grew so big from so small. We'll teach it to our children in an Andovernian way, so they can stand up proud and tall. This is our town, our life today. We wouldn't want to change or make it any other way. But we've overstill, embraced it to fulfill all our dreams. That's why we say, this is our town, our life, our home. We are the future. We have so far to go. Here in our hearts, we're never far apart. For wherever we may roam, it's in our town, our life, our home. It's in our town, our life, our home.
Name of Test Valley, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, my name is John Baxter. I'm the sort of director and producer of this. These things don't happen without lots of help, lots of contribution. I do have to thank all of the people that have helped us, starting with my chief collaborator, with whom I've done several productions now, and what he brings to our work is just inestimable, and that is Mark McGann. Come down, Mark. There's the schools that we were working with, the 4 schools that responded to the invitation. Endeavour School down here with Laura Pearson, their teacher, who just did some great stuff. All of that was completely devised just from sort of general ideas and everything, and that was terrific. The Long Overdue Theatre School, who was sort of middle strata here, under, where's Stefan gone? There's Stefan, we're under their director, Winton School, with Amanda Morgan, the head of performing arts at Winton, who was really crucial in coming out and helping me with endeavour when it came to teaching them the song. And lastly, a bunch of reprobates at the back here from my old place of employment at Harroway School. We also, part of the sort of theatricality of the thing would not work if we didn't have somebody who also was working with me during the rehearsals, Ellie Selwood, who is down here. Ellie's on a gap year before going to drama school, and what was fantastic all the way through the rehearsal last week, I'd be rehearsing with one group and she'd have another group, and it was just frantic all the time. And seriously, I could not have done it without her last week, so that was really good. Finally, for my part of the thanks, because I think Yinan is going to come down, and I think he is anyway, and say some other things. There's somebody who I've known since he was probably about that big, and he hasn't changed his hairstyle in all those years, whereas mine has. And he's at the back there. Man's a genius in a control box. He just makes the lights and all the sound effects and the films and everything work. And that is Ashley May back there. All this lot. When Mark picked me up last Monday morning before we came down for the first rehearsal, I said to him, Mark, what are we going to do if nobody turns up? And we did think, well, it's going to be a sort of two-man show, you know, it wouldn't be quite as much because you'd have me singing and not so great. But they did. And the commitment that these young people have shown to it, I think is just astonishing. And really, I am so very grateful for everything that you've done. You've made it a real pleasure to actually work with you all the way through since Christmas, and especially last week. So thank you very much. Now, the person who sort of first of all instigated it, Yinan.
I'm over here.
Oh, there he is.
I'm not going to come now because it would scare me to death. But a big round of applause for John. I'm not going to keep him in the bar, but also Roy Chatfield, the man who helped write it all. Where's the Astor housing credit? Where are they? They're behind. Thank you, Astor Housing. So basically, who the hell I am, I'm the chair of the Test Valley Arts Foundation, and we're really, really proud to have done this today. I mean, I think the stories that you've heard are all genuine, they're all real. It's great that basically the young people have connected with it, which is wonderful, because Andover has a history, and I think it's really important to acknowledge that. And I'm really grateful, yes, Astor Housing, John Morton's here, who personally handed out a few thousand quid for this. Pat West, who's the councillor, she's, I don't think she's got here today, but anyway, Pat, we remember you. There's Be Wiser Insurance, who not only are partners for this, but other projects. And I hope that have you enjoyed it? Yes. Have you guys enjoyed it together?
Yes.
Okay, shall we do it again sometime? So, anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope to see you in the next one.